Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Frazier Field for Northeastern Conference Baseball. I say that knowing that this might be the last year that Everett is in it. It will be the last year they're in the Northeastern Conference. It might be the last year they're playing teams from the Northeastern Conference. It's Everett against Link Classical with Aiden Dow on the mound, the lefty for Mike Zukowski. Ball hit way up in the air in foul territory. Got room and good effort. Deshaun and Anderson collided with the fence trying to make the catch. Not from lack of effort to make the catch. This is Brandon Gibbs, the left fielder, leading off for Everett. Both teams looking to go 2 wins in a row. They're both 1-1. They both won their last game after losing their first. Hit to straightaway center field. Starting back, now coming on, is Kyle Durant for the first out. You know it's a crazy Northeastern Conference League when Danvers loses a game 18-11. They don't give up 11 runs in a week, normally. Hit foul back. Everett, Medford, Malden, Somerville came over. They were the last bastion of the Greater Boston League, and they came over and joined the Northeastern Conference, and it looked great. It was very competitive. Girls soccer, basketball, boys basketball, football. The only difference was they didn't want to play Everett, so Everett said, we won't come in football, we'll play a outside schedule. But then this year they voted Everett back in at football as well. And as soon as they voted him in, it was going to be a great 16-team league, 8 on either side. Competition was great between all the schools, especially the girls' programs. And as soon as they did it, they said they took another vote and voted the 4 teams out. So they're going back to the GBL, and Everett is going to drop out. Revere is going to drop out of the Northeastern Conference as well, and go back to the GBL. Yeah, it's going to make it. I was going to say the seats, but it makes it into the Everett dugout. So it's a shame they dropped them all, because it's going to make it very tough for some of the Northeastern Conference teams. English now in girls soccer is going to have to play Beverly twice, Danvers twice, Peabody twice. And they can't compete with those teams in soccer. They could compete with Somerville, Medford, Malden, Everett. And they won't have that 16-team league, so they're going to have to go look for teams to play. As will the teams going back to the GBL. There was talk that Cambridge might come back with them as well. TJ Warren draws a walk. So it would be hard to see that those GBL teams playing the Northeastern Conference teams after they vote them out of the league. They could still say, we'll pick you up as non-conference games, but some of them may. I would think that most of them wouldn't, just because of the fact they got voted out. But we'll see what happens. They had to redo the football schedule. It was all made up. Nice stop by Galizia on a pitch that broke down and in. Chop towards third. Nice play. I was about to say maybe you should let it go foul, but what a great play by Anderson. Came in fielder threw a rocket to the first baseman, Landon, who's usually the left fielder, but he's playing first with Dow pitching. Terrific play. Throws Fitzgerald out. for the second out. Warren moves over the scoring position with 2 outs. For Greg Reed, the first baseman. In for a strike. I've been doing the Everett football games for the last 20 years. I don't know any of these young men on the Everett team. None of them are football players. Short to center field. Durant started in, goes back and makes his second play. Reed hit it right on the nose, hit it right at the center fielder. So the walk doesn't hurt. The walk is stranded at second base. Everett is down in the top of the first. Glasgow will get a chance to get on the board first. Nico Galizzi, the catcher, will lead it off. Shortstop Jared DiFilippo will bat second. Batting third and playing center field, Brett Buckland. Third baseman Anderson, who made that terrific play, will be the cleanup hitter. Pitching and batting fifth, Aiden Dow. The first baseman, Brendan Landon, will play first and bat sixth. Nathaniel Almendarez will DH for the left fielder James Wilkins and hit number 7. Daniel Ortiz, the second baseman, will hit number 8. And Durant, who made those 2 nice plays in center field, will bring up the bottom of the order, batting ninth. Still not a great day for baseball. People still have to bundle up. Bright blue skies, not a cloud anywhere. Sun shining brightly. And it's cold because the wind is still blowing. We can't get rid of the wind. Not gusting as bad as it was yesterday. It was blowing, it's still blowing the shattered backstop in front of us. It's still blowing away. And we still have more than half of the stands cordoned off. Can't sit in them. The roof is falling down here at Fraser Field. They've got bids out to try and get people to come in and fix it. They've got about a month and a half before the Navigators come here. On a Friday night, they put a lot of people here when they have fireworks. They'll have no place to sit unless they get that fixed, and it's hard to believe they could get it fixed in a month and a half. Nico Galizzi will lead it off. Mike Szukowski, the head guy, with his able assistant, Ricky Mayette. High and tight for a ball. Emilio Guzman on the mound for the Crimson Tide. Hit back foul. With that backstop the way it is now, you never could hit a foul ball into the press box. Now you can. Golfed that one high in the air to left field. Brandon Gibbs makes the one-handed catch. One up, one down for Jared DiFilippo, the shortstop. First 2 out of the strike zone to DiFilippo. in for a strike. Classical has people on the injured reserve. David Bernard is out for the season. He got an injury in football, and that's a huge loss. Hit straight up in the air, shot for the catcher, backing up, and makes the nice play. Good job by Jonathan Fitzgerald. That's not an easy play. David Bernard was going to be the ace pitcher for Classical this year. Now he's not going to be able to play at all, but he's a great young man, good student. He's still being drafted by college. He showed up to every practice. He's dressed here on the bench, rooting people on, helping people. And the other one, the young kid, Aaron O'Connor, got some playing time last year. They were looking for him to come on this year, and he's hurt. I don't know if he'll be back at all. Slicing it foul the other way is Brett Buckland, the center fielder. High for a ball. Center fielder swung way around to left center field. High for a ball. Hit right on the nose, but the second baseman over near the second base back makes the play. So a 1-2-3 inning for Emilio Guzman on the mound for Everett. We played an inning here in this Northeastern Conference battle, just the way we started. Classical nothing, Everett nothing at the end of one. Alex Brown will lead off the second inning. I guess Aiden Dow pitches down and in for a ball. Emilio Guzman starting his second inning of work. Anything hit up in the air is going to be an adventure today with the breeze. Way inside for a ball. Solid shot, and we got our first hit of the game. Everett's got their leadoff hitter on in the second inning. Drilled that one between third and short. Got all of that one. Jared Corbett, the DH, he's hitting for the pitcher. Guzman will be the hitter. And once again, quickly, Dow will go to the stretch. They got him picked off. They nailed him at first. He wasn't even going. He was just trying to move out a little bit on his lead, and he would look like the most surprised guy in the house when they threw the ball over. Nice play by Aiden Dow over to Lannon. Hit right up the middle. Right through Dow. I think he saw his life pass in front of him there. So that pickoff is a big play. I don't think you're going to see Corbett get too far off the bag at first base. For a number of reasons. Raymond Romero, the second baseman, will be the hitter. So two solid shots by Everett, but they've got an out and a runner at first with the pickoff. So that was a big play. High for a ball. Dow was one of those three-sport athletes. He plays football, he's receiver, and basketball as well. That's going to be in for a base hit. Just a little love tap over the second baseman's head. So that pickoff looms even bigger now. 3 straight hits, but there's 2 on with 1 out. Just a little love tap by Romero. Found a spot over the second baseman's head. And Egan Guevara, the right fielder, is the hitter. Swing and a miss. Didn't miss by much, outside for a ball. Evens the count at 1. That one caught the corner, just about the letters. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. That's a big strikeout for Dow. Mike Sullivan, the number 9 hitter. He's the center fielder. Top of the order, Brandon Gibbs on deck. Now trying to get out of a jam. In for a strike. Swing and a miss. Sullivan's 1 swing of the bat for maybe giving Everett a lead. Dow is 1 strike away from getting out of a jam. Down and in for a ball. Way wide. Nice job by Galizia to go up and get that one. And we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on in inning number 2. So we got deuces all over the place. Swing and a miss. 2 big strikeouts. So Dow helps himself with the pickoff. And then he helps himself after giving up 2 base hits with 2 big strikeouts. Everett leaves a couple. They got 3 hits in the inning. They don't score. And we're moving to the bottom of the second inning. Still scoreless. Classical again has a chance to get on the board first. And sneaking in behind me is the winningest coach in New England, Mr. Frank Carey. And we're blessed this year because you're going to be able to hear Frank Carey's voice on TV 15. He's going to do some baseball games, some softball games, and he's up. I don't know why he's trying to learn from me because he knows baseball inside out and backwards. But, Frank, it's going to be good to have you aboard.
Oh, thank you, John. I'm looking forward to it. I've seen a couple of high school games already, but neither of these teams, or any of the Lynn teams for that matter. Mostly Linfield. I've watched Peabody scrimmage several times. So I've been to 4 or 5 games already.
You know a little bit about baseball.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, I don't know much about broadcasting, but I can, for example, that inning there, those strikeouts from that Aiden got were all on outside pitches. And I'm looking at the Everett team, and they're all trying to pull the ball. You can't pull an outside pitch. And as long as he stays outside, these kids look like they definitely pull hitters. So he'll do pretty well today.
Yeah. Well, we're really glad to have you aboard, Frank, and it's going to be a nice time, and maybe you can get Tony to help you at times.
Well, I'm going to enjoy working with Joe Gunning once again. We got to give Joe a little plug here. He's the venerable scoreboard operator for Lynn Classical. not working with you is not exactly.
Deshaun Anderson made a very nice play in the first inning on a ground ball and almost knocked himself out of the game running into the fence trying to catch a pop-up behind third. He's leading off the bottom of the second inning. That one bounces. Nice stop by Fitzgerald, the catcher. I mentioned still not a good baseball day. The wind is still blowing and still breezy. People still have to bundle up to come to the ballpark. High and tight for a ball. Anderson waiting to see what the call was. It was ball four. He wanted to make sure before he took off. So the first base runner for Classical, Guzman retired the side in order in the first inning. He walks the first batter. Classical has the first base runner. And Aiden Dow, the pitcher, will be the hitter. Looking down at Mike Zukowski at third for a sign. And they pick him off. They missed the tag. He's safe. Lost it, bobbled it, couldn't make the tag. So the error allows Anderson to reach second base. Shortstop just dropped the ball, and so it looked like disaster for Classical. Winds up with a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Both pitchers doing exactly what they wanted to do, picked the runner off. Unfortunately, Everett couldn't complete it. Now they're trying to keep Anderson close at second base. Now they try to get him. He dives back ahead of the throw. Ramiro, the second baseman, taking the throw. Hits it into left field. I was just about to say before he threw the pitch, I've watched Dow the last couple of games. He goes the other way almost all the time. And the shortstop looked like he was going over them, maybe trying to keep the runner close at second, and Dow hit it right where the shortstop normally is. So Classical has a threat, first and third with nobody out for Brendan Lannon, the first baseman. We mentioned he's normally the left fielder, but he's playing first with Dow on the mound. In for a strike. Look to see if they try to get Dow down to second base. Hit up the middle, into center field for a base hit. So they get down to second base on the base hit. Landon comes through for the RBI. So that was a big error by Everett, not getting the runner out at second base. Anderson comes in to score. Classical grabs a 1-0 lead. And they've got first and second with nobody out for Nathaniel Almendarez, DHing for the left fielder Wilkins. That first inning, I mentioned the center fielder Durant making those plays. Mike Zukowski changed his outfield all around for this game. Wilkins is usually the right fielder. Durant is the center fielder, and Landon is the left fielder. And they moved everybody around. They put Durant in right field. They put Buckland in center field. And they put Wilkins out in left field. So Mike Zukowski, like a chess match, moving those outfielders all over the place. So those two putouts in the first inning was not Durant. It was Buckland out there in center field. In for a strike. We mentioned Almendarez is pinch hitting for Wilkins. Quick throw. Second baseman blocked it. That almost went into center field. He blocked it and deflected it to the shortstop. Hit in the right field. They're not going to score. The runner at second had to wait to see if the ball would be caught. Dow took a good look. Didn't get a big jump. But Klasko, now with the bases loaded and nobody out. Daniel Ortiz. Everett will bring the infield in. Hit foul back. So a walk. They picked the runner up, but the error allowed him to get to second base, and in 3 straight hits, Klasko has a run and the base is loaded. Up and away for a ball. Hit high in the air outside first base. Is it playable? It drifts. The wind got a hold of it and drifted it up in the seats. Looked like the first baseman Reed might have a play on the ball, but just kept floating away and wound up going up in the seats. So Almendarez gets a break. He gets to swing the bat again. The 1-2 pitch up and coming, pitching from the stretch with the bases loaded. And the catcher, Fitzgerald, saved that from going to the backstop. Strike 3 called on the corner. Good pitch by Guzman. Catch Ortiz is looking. The bases are loaded with 1 out for Kyle Durant, the number 9 hitter, with Nico Galizzi, the leadoff hitter, on deck. Everett keeps the infield in. High for a ball. Hit on the ground to short. Right off the shortstop's glove. That was made to order for the force at the plate. Safe at the plate. Everybody moving up. Second error in the inning. I think the shortstop was throwing that ball to the plate before he caught it.
Negotiable, but we had a committee that worked it out. It's going to be, I believe, well, let's say maximum. It's if it's accepted. If it's accepted, it'll be 115.
So 3 runs in for Klasko. Galizzi up with second and third. Hit in the air to right field. Coming on, the right fielder blocking away. It drops in for a base hit. They had to wait to see if it would be caught. Galizzi winds up with a base hit and an RBI. Still second and third with 1 out for Jared DiFilippo. High for a ball. High again for a ball. DiFilippo was the 8th hitter in the inning. There's still only 1 out. hit the shot. This time they make the play. They have to tag the ball, thrown a little bit towards home plate to first base. Reed winds up tagging DiFilippo. So there's 2 outs now with second and third. And Classical is batted around. Brett Buckland was the 9th hitter in the inning. He grounded out second to first. His one trip. In for a strike. 4 hits, a walk, and a couple of errors. Have got Classical a pretty good inning here. Down and in for a ball. First time in a while we look over and nothing going on at Manning Field. Usually there's lacrosse or track. Line to right field. Coming on off the right fielder's glove. The 3rd error in the inning. 2 runs are going to score. Heading for 3rd. Out at 3rd with a nice throw. They get Buckland. 3rd error in the inning.
They haven't been able to determine who's going to be responsible for the upkeep. Not just during the
A very big inning for Classical.
inning, but okay, where you register like
6 runs in the inning for the Rams. Yeah, they grab a 6-0 lead over Everett. Everett helped them pretty well with 3 errors in the inning. So we played 2 full. Classical 6, Everett nothing.
at the end of every complete inning, the camera's
You
on.
say at the end of the second inning, Classical 6, Everett nothing. Stop and they go boom.
Okay. Oh, she'll.
We start the 3rd inning. It'll be the top of the order for Everett. Dow has now got a cushion to work with, and he makes.
Oh.
What a play by Landon at first base. Open the closet door. Whatever can fall on Everett's head is falling out of him. That Everett would have thrown that away. They made 3 errors in the first inning. It looked like Classical made an error. Landon made a great play at first base. Dow should say thank you to Brandon Lennon. He picked that out of the turf. Looked like he threw it away. So the play goes 1-3 for the out. TJ Warren drew a walk his first trip. Hits it foul.
Oh, because they were easy win. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm looking at it from the win standpoint. They're not very formidable.
Way wide for a ball. Swing and a miss.
Oh, you do? But it's not on the scoreboard, right?
Missing wide for a ball.
Yeah, they have them made now.
The count evens at 2.
So that console would work if the scoreboard was compatible with that.
Hit sharply right to the second baseman. Ortiz over to Landon for the out. 2 up, 2 down in the 3rd. Jonathan Fitzgerald, the catcher, bounced out 3rd to 1st is 1 trip. In for a strike. little off-speed curveball bites the outside corner, and quickly it's 0-2. They better throw him out. Galisi was walking after the ball. Galisi thought it was a foul ball. Galisi thought it was a foul tip. The hitter thought it was a foul tip. The umpire saying didn't touch it. It's a strike 3. Coach is questioning it. Galisi thought it was a foul tip. He walked after it, not making a play. The hitter thought it was a foul tip, started to walk. Then somebody yelled run, and they wind up a 1-2-3 inning. Third strikeout for Dow.
He's going to go.
Deshaun Anderson, he led off the 6-run second inning. Glasgow batted around, so he's leading off the third inning. Deshaun he drew a walk, and they picked him off at first base, and that was the first of 3 errors that Everett made. They had him picked off, and they let him get away. They let him wind up at second base. They dropped the ball. In for a strike. So he's 0 for 1 with the walk, but he scored a run. He hasn't batted officially. So he's not 0 for 1. High chop. They're not going to get him. He's got an infield hit. High chop. I'm going to date myself and say Baltimore chop.
Baltimore, yeah, that's Mike Sullivan, I think, umpiring that second. Is he a classical? Yeah, I think he's a classical.
Right, Kerry mentioned it's Mike Sullivan at second base umpiring. I coached him in CYO basketball.
Really? Okay, he's been umpiring quite a while. He's a good ump.
He does a good job.
He's, what is he, classical or English?
English, I believe.
English, okay.
Although we don't mention that because we're from St. Mary's.
Yeah, we're like neutral.
We slide by those other schools. Diving back is Anderson. He doesn't want to get picked off again. There's a smattering of fans here for a
21 is what I counted. The attendance today is 21.
hit up the middle. Anderson thought about going to third and just got back ahead of the tag at second base. So Dow gets his second hit. This time he goes up the middle. Glasgow back at it. They got 2-1 with nobody out for Brandon Lannon, who got an RBI single and scored a run in that big 6-run second inning. Line shot to left field inside the line. Extra bases for Lannon. He got all of that one. He drilled it. Gets his second RBI, and Glasgow's right back at it. Second and third, nobody out and a run in. They're looking to get this one over early.
Well, judging from the scoring, it may not be an early game. In terms of time.
Tried to hold up when the pitch broke down the way and swung through for strike one. Almaderas punched one in the right field for a base hit and scored a run in that second inning. On the corner for a strike. Quickly 0-2. Swing and a miss. He gets him on 3 pitches. Second strikeout for Guzman. Daniel Ortiz, The second baseman was called out on strikes as one trip. Swings through the pitch for strike one. High for a ball. Nice stop by the catcher Fitzgerald. Keeps the runners at second and third. Swing and a miss. The count evens at 2. High for a ball. The payoff pitch up and coming. Threw it over the head. Had a duck under that one. Second walk given up by Guzman, and once again, Classical has the bases loaded. And this is the same situation. Durant was with the bases loaded. He hit a ground ball to short. Looked like an easy force at the plate, and the shortstop saw it go off his glove into short left center field. They wound up scoring on the play. They extended the inning, and they added a couple more. Durant actually came around to score on the third error in the inning by Everett. Misplayed in the outfield. Kind of looked like he was chopping wood with that one. That was way up and inside, and he just chopped down at it, swung right through it. Good pitch on the corner. So Guzman got him to chase the pitch weighing up and then went outside with the pitch and quickly it's 2 strikes. And he chopped at it again. Two away. Nico Galizzi fly to left. Singled in a run, scored a run in that big 6-run second inning. He's up for the third time. In for a strike. Boy, that was dead center. Nice stop again by the catcher. Fitzgerald again, he keeps the runners at their bases, nobody advancing. Saved a run at least momentarily. In for a strike. Umpire likes that outside corner.
Yeah, they've been, both pitchers have been getting some pretty good calls out there.
Just got a piece and fouls it back.
See, technically that pitch is supposed to try to go to right field.
Strike 3 called. So he strikes out the side. What looked like could be a very big inning for Classical. They had a run in, second and third, nobody out. They loaded the bases with 1 out. They get only the 1 run. But we finished 3 here at Frazier Field in this Northeastern Conference battle. Classical 7, Everett nothing. We start the fourth inning. Greg Reed, the first baseman, will be the hitter. He hit it right in the nose and hit it right to the center fielder, who I said at the time was Durant, because I'm so used to. I didn't even bother looking at my lineup. I was so used to seeing Durant out in center field, but it's Buckland out there. Line to the right field for a base hit. Alex Brown got a base hit and very quickly got picked off at first base. And that was a big play because they got 2 hits after that. And at the time, it was a scoreless game. Wide for a ball. We got a little bit of action going on over at Manny Field. A couple of cross players. I don't know if it's a track or just a Lynn citizen jogging around the track, using it. There's a lot of people come during the day to try to get in shape, run around the track, walk around the track. There's one running and one walking over there. So there's always something going on over there. They leave it open all day. Pick off attempt. Reed not getting too far off the base. In for a strike. Glasgow leading at 7-0. They had a big 6-run second inning. Wide for a ball. Everett's explosive. They got 18 runs in their game yesterday, or the last game. So they're capable of putting some runs on the board as well. He loses him for ball 4. So Everett with a threat. First and second, nobody out. Second walk given up by Dow. Jared Corbett got a base hit his one trip. That's going to make it up in the seats. Down and in, nice stop by Galizzi. Corbett's a big boy. He looks like a right tackle.
Yeah. He's a holdover from football.
Didn't miss by much outside. Hit on the ground. Nice play. They get 1 and they get 2. What a great play. DiFilippo takes a base hit and an RBI away. Corbett hit that. Can't hit any better than Corbett hit it. He got the big out in the middle, then he completes the double play. The runner moves over to third. Raymond Romero, the hitter, he got a base hit, his one trip. Nice stop by Galizzi. Popped up Lennon just not high enough and long enough for Lennon to go get it. So Romero got another life. Looked like Klaus was going to get out of it. Big inning with that pop-up, but not quite far enough for Lennon to go get it. Up and away for a ball. Over but low. Everett had 3 shingles in the second inning and didn't score. They got a hit and a walk. But a big play by DiFilippo took a hit away. So now they got 2 walks and a shingle. First and third with 2 outs. Well, Egan Quivera, the right fielder, he struck out swinging his 1 trip. Galizzi signaling to the infield what they're going to do in case the runner at first goes. Landon playing behind the runner, so the runner gets a pretty good. Now Dow wants Landon to cover first and keep the runner close. He was playing behind the runner with 2 outs. So the runner was getting about a foot off the bag. Missing down and away for a ball. You're getting a little paranoid after that pickoff. Not getting too far off the bag. Off the glove. Nice try by the second baseman. Ortiz made a great effort. Rivera punches it by him for a base hit and RBI. And Everett gets on the board. Took him 2 hits and 2 walks to get a run. Mike Sullivan, the center fielder, struck out his 1 trip. Down and away for a ball. So that 2-out walk extended the inning, and Quivera made him pay with the base hit. Swing and a miss. Low for a ball. Popped up right to the second baseman, Ortiz. But Everett gets on the board. You get 2 hits and 2 walks in the inning. And a great play by DiFilippo. Stop what could have been a very big inning for Everett, turning that double play. They do get the run, but it could have been a lot worse. With 2 hits and 2 walks. We're halfway through the ball game here at Frazier Field. Classical lead now is 7-1 over Everett. And it will be 2, 3, and 4. Jared DiFilippo, Brett Buckland, and Deshaun Anderson to get it started for Classical in the bottom of the 4th. And Frank, how many times did it happen? You make a great play in the in the defensively, and you lead off the inning.
Yeah, that was a real nice play he made. And let's see if he can follow it up with a nice bingo to get it going.
Guzman will start his 4th inning of work. We're going to get some action now walking down to the bullpen for Everett. See how that goes.
I mean, Classical looks pretty good. I mean, they haven't really hurt themselves defensively on the field, and definitely putting the ball in play, hitting the ball, and that's created a few miscues. So right now they look. What's their record now, John? Are they 2-0?
1-1.
1-1. They
Yeah.
lose to Masco.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a tough game. It was 1-1 late, and Classical made about 4 errors in the ball game. Buckland pitched a very nice game, and they wound up on the short end because they virtually gave it away. DiFilippo made that outstanding play to cut down what would have probably been a big inning. They scored a run. They had 2 hits, 2 walks. But the damage was a lot less than it could have been with DiFilippo's great play. Pops it up, and it's going to go out of play. Up in the seats. We have to calm the fans down to chase those foul balls.
John, is there any anything planned in terms of restoration for the ballpark? that you know of?
I think I was told that they have some they put out feelers for people to come in and give their estimates.
Well, the first thing they got to do is what? Do the cantilever rooftop, or are they going to repair the netting for the? I'm thinking more for the navigators.
Yeah, well, they've got to do something because they've
Yeah.
got to get these seats back.
Yeah. Right.
You know, you can't, so I would assume the first thing they would do is try to recondition or do something with the rooftop. Chopper, they've got to hurry. Very nice play by the third baseman. TJ Warren, no wasted effort, and if he wasted the effort, it would have been a base hit. He threw DiFilippo out, cut him by a step or a half a step. Nice play by the third baseman, Warren. 1 up, 1 down. Yeah, Frank, there's big chunks have fallen off the
I see
top.
it over here. Jeez.
Now, you and I remember when that top used to go all the way down to the front, first row.
Yeah.
And they had that same problem, and they had to cut it in half.
Yes.
If they cut it in
They
half again,
restored it, and they cut it back. And,
yeah, if they cut it in half again, there'll be nothing
Yeah.
up top.
I'm sure. I'm not sure if the fans are aware of this, but somewhere along the line, I read and remembered that this was the largest cantilever, they call it cantilever, overhang on a baseball field in the United States.
Wow.
It was at one point.
It was
when
when it
came
went,
out.
when it went down to the
Yeah,
first row.
It was the biggest, or the longest, or whatever you want to call it. But it was pretty renowned as far as that. Now with the cutback and everything, I'm not sure, but and you don't see. I mean, you really don't see the cement overhangs any longer.
No, that's for sure. That's for
that
sure.
reason.
That's for sure.
And I think that was probably one of those DPW. I think is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Back in the old
Yep.
when they
Yep.
built the old Manning Bowl.
Yeah. This is similar to Manning Bowl because this was the same way. Manning Bowl started to deteriorate slowly,
Yes.
and
yeah,
it was condemned a couple of times.
Yep.
English classical games, you could only sit on one side of the stadium.
Yep.
And
that was-
one year the football teams had to play their games on the road. They couldn't play at home. And they finally just knocked it down and put this brand new gorgeous facility up.
I'll tell you what's almost as impressive is the facility at Linfield High School, where they got that funding from the Market Street Place between their turf baseball field, turf softball field, turf football field, bullpens, batting cages. It's really quite, I think it was a $7 million investment that they.
Well, St. Mary's is taking advantage of that because a couple of games that Breed softball games supposed to be played, they've connected with Linfield and they've gone over and played their softball games at Linfield. They did it last year and they did one this year as well.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. It's
It really is.
a great facility.
We finished the 4th inning, a 1-2-3 inning for Guzman. Classical's down. We'll move into the 5th with Classical on top, 7-1 over Everett.
Yeah, and then he would have to have. I'm not familiar with the downsizing of it, but let's say at 62, I'm going to.
Anderson with the nice play. He handcuffed a little bit on that ground ball to third base. But he stayed with it and threw Gibbs out. They got him by an eyelash.
as a coach,
Yeah,
you
that's
try to save
that's
them
the
for-
strategy. Then you say, now, for example, if they're playing tomorrow.
So 1 up, 1 down in the 5th. DJ Warren has walked and grounded a second.
Yeah, definitely. I think I would,
I do too.
yeah, absolutely.
Down and in for a ball. So stay tuned on Channel 15 for Frank Carey's debut when he starts doing play-by-play, and you get
Sure.
insights into baseball and softball as well.
As long as these kids are here, they'll keep me on target.
We're looking forward to it.
Thanks, John. See you, Joe.
So, yeah.
In for a strike. Chop out front, down with the big hop, makes the easy play over to Lannon. 2 up, 2 down in the 5th. Jonathan Fitzgerald, the catcher, grounded out third to first. He was the guy that he thought he hit a foul ball on a swinging pitch that was strike 3. The umpire called strike 3. He didn't initially go to first base. Galizzi thought it was a foul tip as well, and he walked after the ball. They throw the ball away at first base. Landon saved it, but he had to go up in the air off the bag, and Glasgow makes their first error. Extends this 5th inning. As for show, will reach on the error. But Galizzi walked after the ball thinking it was a foul tip. And the umpire said strike 3, so Galizzi, and everybody yelled at Galizzi to pick it up and throw the ball to first base. Everett questioned the umpire, but he stayed with his calls. Strike 3. Hit foul out of play. That might make it onto Western Avenue. Greg Reed hit it on the nose, line to the center fielder. Last time up, he got a base hit. And he scored the 1 run. They picked him off at first again. Great move by Dow. And a nice tag by Lannon. They combined on their second pick. And you wonder why Everett's getting that far off the bag. Losing 7-1. They can't be running because it's 7-1. But with the error, it's still, Dow still only faces 3 in the inning. We'll move into the bottom half of the 5th. It'll be 5, 6, and 7. Aiden Dow, Brendan Lannon, who just combined on that pickoff, and Nathaniel Almendarez for the Rams, leading it 6-1. That big second inning is the difference. Everett helped them out with 3 errors in the inning. 4 hits and a walk. Glasgow threatened again in the 3rd. They had a run in, 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. They got an out, a walk low to the bases with only 1 out. 2 big strikeouts by Guzman got out of the inning. They only got the 1 run. And then Guzman settled down and got a 1-2-3 inning in the 4th. Dow was perfect. He's singled, punched one into right field and hit one into right center field by the second base bag. So he's 2 for 2 with a run scored. And he's pitching a very good ball game. Helped out by some really good defense, especially on the left side with Anderson and DiFilippo. But he's helped himself with a couple of pickoffs. Pop up, not going to be high enough or far enough for anybody to go get it. Hit sharply right to the shortstop. Reed, the first baseman, goes down and picks the ball out of the turf, and they get Dow for the first time. One up, one down in the fifth. Brendan Landon is perfect. Singled twice, scored a run, knocked in 2. So he's almost half of the offense. He knocked in the first run in that 6-run inning. Hits it to center field. Long run for the center fielder. Gets there, and sliding and making the catch is Mike Sullivan. Two quick outs in the fifth. 7 in a row retired by Guzman. Almadeira is the DH. Singled and scored. Last time up, he struck out swinging. In for a strike. In for strike 2. High for a ball. High again. And we got deuce as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. 8 in a row retired by Guzman. He settled down a little bit. We've completed 5 in this Northeastern Conference battle. Glasgow with that big second run, second inning is the difference. They lead Everett 7-1 at the end of 5. Greg Reed was in the batter's box when Dow picked off his second runner at first base. So he'll lead off. Another nice play. Great play again. Deshaun Anderson going way to his left, had it. You could almost see it bobbled in the glove, but he stayed with it and had plenty of time, and he throws Reed out. 1 pitch, 1 out in the 6th inning. Anderson playing outstanding at third base. Alex Brown has singled and walked. He's the shortstop for the Crimson Tide. Swing and a miss. Looked like Dow took something off that pitch. Brown was out in front. Tried it again. Started wide, stayed wide. Missing wide again. In for a strike. Payoff pitch up and coming from Dow. Hit foul back. And we'll do it again. Hit to center field. Drifting back is Buckland there to make the play. Two outs in this 6th inning. Jared Corbett singled and looked like he had a single with 2 on. DiFilippo made a great play going to his left, picked it, stepped on the bag at second to first for a double play. And that was huge. That was the inning that Everett got their run. They had 2 hits and 2 walks in the inning. But they only got 1 run thanks to the great play by DiFilippo. Over but low. In for a strike. This is a big out for Dow because if he gets this out in the 7th inning, he'll be facing 7, 8, and 9, the bottom 3 in the order. Jammed him and he hit it anyway. Pulled it foul. Nice play by the third base coach. Line to center field. Coming on. Can't make the play. It bounces in front of Buckland. So 2-out single extends the inning for Raymond Romero, who's perfect. He singled and walked. Missing inside. The runner at first base is almost standing on the bag. He's not getting off the base at all. He's got about a 2-foot lead. Swing and a miss. Hit to third again. Anderson throws it away. He bobbled it and then winds up throwing it away. And the inning gets extended a little bit further. And it's second and third. Second error in the ball game for the Rams. Egan Coviera, the right fielder, is struck out, punched the single in the right field for an RBI. Up for a ball. So the looked like an easy inning with a ground out, a fly out, but then a hit and an error had put runners at second and third for Everett. Hit foul back. I think I might have jinxed Aiden down when I said if you got that out, we'd be facing 7, 8, and 9. Swing and a miss. High for a ball. Tap slowly to second base. They have to hurry. Safe at first base. He beat it. It was an adventure when it got by down. Just a little tap. So 2-out Lightning for Everett. Mike Sullivan, center fielder, has struck out and popped to second. So they got a run in, first and third, everything coming with 2 outs. The error extended the inning. Everett took advantage. Swing and a miss. Hit right back to Dow. Hit it right on the nose and lined it right back to the pitcher. It helped that Dow was left-handed on that play. So Everett winds up with 1, helped out by the error. The little love tap infield hit by Corviera getting the RBI. Everett's down to the last 3 outs, with Classical having a 5-run cushion, and we're going to get a new pitcher. Jared Corbett is going to take the mound. So Guzman goes 5, gives up 7 runs. Quite a few of them unearned with those 3 errors in the second inning. The run in the third was earned. 7 base hits. Classical bunts their hits in the second and third inning. They got 7 hits. They got 4 in the second, 3 in the third. They went down 1, 2, 3 in the first, fourth, and fifth. Guzman walked 2, struck out 5, including striking out the side in the third inning. But 3 errors cost him dearly. And Corbett, who was the DH, will take over. Eight, 9, and 1 for Classical. Nathaniel Almendarez, the DH. Daniel Ortiz, the second baseman, who lead it off, followed by Kyle Durant and Nico Galizzi. Ortiz is struck out and walked. In for a strike from Corbett. Corbett's a big boy. Down and away for a ball. Quickly, 1 and 2. Missing down and in. It didn't miss by much. That's a tough pitch to take with 2 strikes. But it evens the count at 2. Hits it in the air, slicing down the right side and going foul. Swing and a miss. Corbett comes in and gets a strikeout. Guzman finished strong. He retired 8 in a row. That second inning was not his fault. 3 big errors. He gave up the run in the third, but he pitched well enough. Nice play by the shortstop. Alex Brown got that. No wasted effort. He had to come a long way on the run. Throws Durant out. 2 down in the 6th inning for Nico Galizzi. Fly to left, singled in a run and scored in that big 6-run inning. And then he was called out on strikes. So he's 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss again. 0-2. High and tight for a ball. Pop back foul. Count stays 1-2. To the Ram catcher. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. 7-2. Classical on top. Didn't miss by much. Broke outside. And we got Deuces Wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Just got a piece and fouled it off. Hit into right center field for a base hit. Galizzi extends the 6th inning with a base hit. His 2nd hit. Jared DiFilippo will be the hitter. Pop to the catcher, ground to the short, ground to the 3rd. Throw down the first, diving back is Galizzi as the pitch was in for a strike. Quick toss over, Galizzi diving back again. The runner takes off, got a good pitch to run on, he seals 2nd base. First stolen base of the day for either team. He got a good jump, and the catcher just hesitated just for half a second. Made it easy to steal 2nd base. Swing and a miss. That one bounced to the turf. Making a turn, he's going to try and score. And he's not going to get there. And I think they're saying the ball is dead when it hit the backstop. That was part of the ground rule. Galizzi tried to score. He was a dead duck at home plate. And he was out. And that would have ended the inning, but the umpire moved him back to 3rd base saying the ground rule, hitting the backstop, the ball was dead. I don't remember that being a ground rule here at Fraser. Usually the backstop is in play. I don't know if it bounced up and hit the netting to make it dead. I don't know why the backstop would not be in play. Popped up outside first base. Long run for the first baseman. It drifts away out into that grassy knoll behind first base. And again, we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Jammed him, and he swung right through it. Klasko leaves a runner at third. We finished 6, as I mentioned before. Everett down to their last 3 outs. Klasko with a 7-2 lead as we move into the 7th inning. Jared DiFilippo will move from shortstop to the mound. Ortiz from second to short. And Finnegan will be the new second baseman as we start the 7th inning. So Dow goes 6. He gives up 2 runs. They were earned. 7 hits. Walked 3. Struck out 3. DiFilippo trying to finish it off and get Klasko their back-to-back wins to go 2-1. First 3 are out of the strike zone. On 4 pitches, Gibbs draws a walk. Top of the order for Everett here in the 7th. T.J. Warren has walked, grounded to second, grounded to the mound. All of that against Dow. I said there wasn't much going on at Manning Field. Now we got lacrosse taking over. In for a strike. Way out in front of that one, hits it well and long and deep and foul. That went out the gate and into the parking lot. Way inside, almost hit him. Call, 3rd strike. Good pitch on the corner. Obviously, Warren was not happy with the call. One away for Jonathan Fitzgerald. Grounded to 3rd. Struck out, thrown out by the catcher. That was that controversial strikeout. And then he reached on an error. Reached on an error and promptly got picked off. 2 pickoffs by Dow in the game. Hit the shot. DiFilippo with the play, and they had the double play, and they threw it away. He hurried the throw. He had a lot of time. The ball was hit so sharply. He had plenty of time, and he hurried it, and he threw it away. He made a very nice play on the ground ball, getting the out. Klasko makes their 3rd error. But Everett's now down to their last out That would have ended the game on a terrific double play. DiFilippo had one already. Would have been his second. Hit foul off to the right side, down that grassy knoll. Greg Reed lined to center field, singled and scored, grounded out third to first. So he's 1 for 3 and scored one of the 2 runs. Missing low for a ball. That would have been an exclamation point on a very nice game by Klasko with that the double play, but he hurried it just enough, threw it by Landon at first base. Line to center field, right at Buckland, who makes the play. So we mentioned coming in, something had to give. They were both looking for 2 wins in a row. They were both looking to go 2-1, and it's Klasko that gets it done. Aiden Dow with an outstanding effort on the mound. A big 6-run second inning. 4 of them scored on 3 errors by Everett. An RBI single by Galizzi, an RBI single by Lannon, but 3 errors accounted for the other 4. They got another run in the third. Anderson singled, Dow singled, and Landon singled in the run to make it 7. And that was all they needed. Everett got a run in the fourth on a 2-out hit by Guaviera, and they got a 2-out rally, and Guaviera got the 2-out hit yet again, both times, knocking in the 2 runs for Everett. For Klasko, Galizzi had 2 base hits, knocked in a run, scored a run. Anderson had a great game at third base. He had a walk, a single, and 3 trips, scored twice. Dow had 2 singles, scored a run, and got the win on the mound with a very nice job pitching. Landon had a big game. He had 2 RBI singles, scored a run. Almendarez had a single, scored a run. Durant resaw an error, scored a run. And, of course, Dow had those 2 big pickoffs at first. DiFilippo had an outstanding double play at short. And Anderson had a couple of really big, nice plays at third base. And the defense and the pitching and timely hitting, along with a few errors by Everett, helped Klasko to get their second win. So they'll get their second win in a row. They'll go to 2-1. Everett will not get their second in a row. They'll drop to 1-2. The final score, Everett getting defeated by Lynn Klasko in this Northeastern Conference battle. Klasko 7, Everett 2. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.